So I just got this today. This is the Floatwheel DIY one-wheel setup. At least part of it, anyway. So little history. I did the X2R mod from R3D Customs and wasn't very careful with it and ended up actually blowing an IC on that board on the BMS. So learned that apparently Future Motion is not very keen to people modding their stuff. And long story short, I'm hoping to get that fixed through some solder work, but it might be dead. But all in all, ended up kind of looking around, trying to see what else was out there, because as we all know, one wheel is really expensive. And stumbled onto this DIY one wheel thing, which there's some other history there of how they became Floatwheel. And it's just a couple guys in China that are building these kits. And the idea is to be able to get something kind of close to what the Pint is DIY. So this is the package. There's actually 4 things you need to purchase from their site. It's the hub wheel motor, the kit, which is what this is. There's a thing called the Balance Pro, which is kind of the brain. It's a controller. And then what was the final one? Oh, and the battery. So they'll ship apparently the Balance Pro and the kit from there, DHL, but the battery and hub wheel come via sea. They ship those. So we're still waiting on that, but this is the first part of the package. So gonna go ahead and bust that open and see what you got. So hopefully what should be in here is the frame, so the kit, as well as 2 of the Balance Pros, because I did order 2 of those. One I ordered expedited, and the other, basically I ordered 1 of everything, and I did that with Litecoin on their site. So yay, Litecoin, cryptocurrency. So yeah, so we'll see what's inside. But yeah, I'm just as curious as you guys are. So here we go. All right, so there's the box, which I put a nice gouge into already. Oh, good. That's a good angle, too, for the camera. All right. So that's pretty much it. You have the commercial invoice. I'll look at that later. All right. So here we are. Go ahead and... what's over here? Oh, that's other stuff. All right. Take a look at what's inside. Ooh, look at that. Interesting. So I actually did not... oh, interesting. Look at that. Wow, it's almost like they put it together. Yeah, they almost like custom made this, I guess, for this. I don't know. Because look, looks like it should be 2 Balance Pros then. So we'll go ahead and verify that. I'm guessing this is what normally this will be the battery and then the Balance Pro, but they're just not shipping them that way. But it's interesting that this is the exact same width, unless they... oh, I see. They probably just doubled it up on both sides. That's cool. So here's another interesting thing is I didn't actually order these. So they must have just thrown them in. You're supposed to pay 10 more extra dollars, unless maybe I did. I don't know. But I printed them. Believe it or not, I happened to order the like hot blue Pint bumpers. So I'm guessing this is their just default ones that they ship. I don't know, but it just happens to perfectly match what I bought. So that's... I don't have those yet. Those will be arriving soon. Those are actually coming from Future Motion. Yeah, so let's see what we got here. So this is the Balance Pro. So you got, I think this is the Bluetooth module. You got a mount plate for it, and then we go. Yeah, and this is it. This is the brain. Wow, it's a lot smaller than I thought. Actually thought from the ooh, that was scary. From the website, these actually look a lot bigger. So I'm actually glad that's that small. But yeah, this is where your power comes in, and then this should be going out to the motor, and then we've got some plugs for. I'm guessing this is where the Bluetooth plugs in, as well as the sensors for the foot pads and all that stuff. But yeah, so there should be 2 of these. So the other one is here. Yikes. I'm gonna adjust that. It does not sound good. There we go. We'll work with it. I don't think we need both of those bulbs anyway. All right. All right, so this is interesting. I don't know if I've seen this on the kit so far. This seems new. So, is this, I wonder if it's supposed to be like a handle or something. I'm going to sound stupid. I know that it's going to end up being something totally different. And anyway, so they give you a little USB cable. Yeah, I guess this has to be some kind of handle or something. I don't know. I guess we'll find out later on. So then here, what is this? Okay, so this is a battery charger. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, same connector as the Pint has. You can see it a little closer. Right? Yeah, that seems to help. And then yeah, looks like the Pint battery almost, but it says Floatwheel on it. I know it's a different voltage because they're I think the Pints are max 63 volts, and then these are 50 or 50.4 volts on the battery. But yeah, again, I wouldn't expect it to be here unless I got lucky. And this should put, yeah, this sounds like hardware. Oh yeah, so that's all the stuff that we plug up. So they've got the little, should be the, oh, I see. So this is just a little shim to give you the clear plastic and the for the lights on the front and the back. And then yeah, just plugs and bolts and power connectors, power button, various other things, little tools, what have you. And over there. So yeah, these are what you're supposed to be able to 3D print them, and I did, and you're supposed to pay $10 more to get them to send it to you. So I'm just wondering if I just got lucky, or maybe I paid for them and didn't even realize it. But yeah, that's nice. I did print these ones. So there is. So I had already printed these in PETG. I think it's one of these. I think it's. Let me see which. Can't even tell which one's the difference. Oh yeah, I think it's this one with a cut. That's supposed to make it to where the cords can come through more easily, I think. Oh yeah, because I see, because there's a little bit of clearance right here, so that cords can kind of slip by. I see, that's how they did that. And there's some guys on the Discord, the Floatwheel Discord that hooked that up, so that's cool. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll probably end up using at least one of those. All right, and then, yeah, said the Balance Pro, so here's the other Balance Pro. Seems like it's there. I'm not gonna open that up because we already saw that. And then finally, it looks like it's just the rails. No, there's still stuff on it, right? So there you go. So there's the aluminum rails, and it looks very similar to my Pint rails. Here's pull those out for reference. Yeah, so these are my Pint rails. Yeah, obviously different positioning of the bolts and all that, and while these are just kind of the Pint actually has, enclosures. The Floatwheel is actually runs some of the wires through. Actually runs some of the wires through the rails, so you can kind of see how this is actually closed off. Because I believe there's wires that come through here, and then they, it'd be nice if those just aren't going right. Potentially getting crap from the tire and all that, and moisture and what have you. Yeah, those look pretty nice. Pretty cool. So finally, goes over here. Oh, interesting. Finally, we have our bottom plate, back plate here, because we have the, of course, actually have my pipe bumper. I can show. Yeah, so on the back, the pipe bumper would be like that. And you can see how these things they really made this to work well. So the Pint stuff will just pop right on there. Should. And then, so yeah, so that's just the back plate. And then, finally, the foot pad. Two of these, right? Oh, yeah, 2 foot pads. There we go. So, there we go. So front and back foot pad. Here's the front, and you can tell because it's got the LEDs right here. So there's an LED strip you can see on the back, as well as you can tell there's a sensor underneath here going through the wood. So it's kind of cool, because these on the Pint, they're not actually wood, they're some other material. I mean, this actually may not be. This might be kind of like a, I don't know, it seems like wood to me. Yeah, I think that's, they're faking it pretty good. But yeah, that's about it. So pretty much everything you need to build the float wheel, less the actual wheel and the battery. However, we should be able to get it all up and running. If we can get a wheel, should be able to get it like running locally here, as I do have a power supply that we could, at least just get everything fired up and working. So yeah, next video probably just hook up the Balance Pros and do some calibrating on that, get them good to go. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.